So the end of 2024 could be devastating to millions and millions of people, not just here in the United States, but abroad as well. Now today I want to break down why this is happening, what experts are currently saying, and why our economy may not be as strong as some people are saying. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So first off, what is going on and why are we potentially heading into a disastrous end to 2024? Does it have anything to do with the upcoming presidential election? No, not really. Does it have anything to do with the federal funds rates and currently the Fed expecting to cut rates next week? Well, a little bit. But it actually has to do with the U.S. consumers and holiday shopping. What we are now expecting is to see a major shift from spending to saving. We are also expected to see consumers not spending money on things they don't need, only the essentials, and they cannot spend on credit cards because currently credit card debt is at the highest it has ever been in our nation's history. So I'm going to break all this down, but here's what you need to understand. There's a few reasons why we are going into a disastrous 2024. And let me just ask you this. If you are seeing your finances change over the past 4 to 5 months, go ahead and in the comments, write tough economy. Here's the reason why I say this. Many people have been writing in, whether it's an email or a comment here on the channel, saying that the past 4, 5, even 6 months have been very different because of these reasons. People are not working as much. Stores are not staying open as long. Consumers are tapped out. Their credit cards are hitting limits that they have never seen before. This is just to name a few. But let's break all this down. First off, people are not working as much, which means they're not making as much money. So what do? Do they go get another part-time job? Well, that's what some people are saying that they have to do in order to make ends meet, in order to be able to make sure that they have enough money at the end of the month to pay their mortgage, to put food on the table, and things like that. But I'm constantly hearing from people here on this channel that are saying that they are only working about 25 to 30 hours per week. The average American is working about 34 hours per week. So you know that 40-hour work week? Yeah, not anymore. That is a thing of the past. But here's what they are doing. Because one of the things that we've heard of is, well, yes, we can work a little bit more, right? But why would we? Well, it's simple. And this is why I bring this to your attention. People aren't working as much as they could because businesses are closing early. They're actually closing early. Listen to this. This person says, and I quote, "Thanks for all the videos, brother. I appreciate all that you do. I want to write and share what is happening for me. I've worked in a machine shop for 8 years, and this is the first time that my company is doing this. Instead of paying workers less because we would likely quit, they're just giving us less hours. But since people complained initially about not working their full 40 hours, the company decided that we would only be open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a 1-hour lunch. So we only work 6 payable hours per day or 30 hours per week." Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying for some time is this is what's going to happen is, okay, you can't work as much because, well, the businesses is just not open. What are you going to do then? You going to complain to your manager, to the owner? No. But if the business is open from, let's say, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., well, there you go. You got your full 8 hours. But this is why I think this is interesting. Because what we are seeing right now is businesses are simply shutting down a little bit early to compensate for the lack of hours that they are willing to give you. But let's break this down. Again, this person is talking about a machine shop. Okay, they worked in a machine shop or have been working there for 8 years. This is what they're doing. Just think if this was a retail store. Okay, how could reducing a store's hours or their operating hours, how could that hurt? Well, it would it would pretty much mean that the business is less profitable or more profitable per hours, but they're bringing in less money potentially. Listen to this comment. This person wrote to me and said, and I quote, "You really hit the nail on the head on this one. I own blank blank prosthetics in Florida, and we have reduced our operating hours from being open 10 hours per day to just 4. We are open now from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Thursday, because that is when the bulk of our business is conducted. And after talking with several business associates, that is the route they are taking as well. Reduced hours will likely equate to increased profitability." Like I just said, this is exactly what we're seeing. And we're seeing this all over the country. It's not just for people in a machine shop or people that are selling prosthetics. This is all over the country. Restaurants closing down early. Retail stores closing down early. Right? That's what we see. Just the other day, my wife and I wanted to go and get something to eat. But we couldn't. We couldn't go to a better spot because all they had open was fast food. That was all that was open. We wanted to go and get some tacos, and we couldn't. All the places were closed. All the better places were closed. So if we wanted tacos, we had to go to like Taco Bell. No. But here's the big one. Right now, consumers, their credit is tapped out. They can't use their credit cards anymore because they are now at their spending limits. That's what we're seeing. Credit card debt has hit the highest it has ever been in our nation's history. But here's a big one. Banks are now reducing your spending limits. They're cutting these, sometimes up to 70, 80%. The majority of people are seeing 50% spending limit cuts. That's what they're seeing. So again, this is somewhat troubling because this is the new way of changing our finances. And again, it's going to hurt millions of people. Not only that, consumers are now falling behind on credit card payments, falling behind on certain debts. And as a result, banks aren't willing to lend to them. Banks are trying to minimize their risk and reduce the amount of credit they're extended. But here's the thing that happened last year and the year before. People were doing so well with their stock portfolios, with their retirement accounts, they're actually pulling money from their accounts and using that to buy gifts for the holiday shopping season. It's not going to happen this year. Now, yes, we could see more people go and kind of get money out of their retirement, but in most cases, that's probably not going to happen. Okay? But listen to this. This person wrote to me and said that this year, there's not going to be incredible deals when it comes to holiday shopping like past years. They say retailers are not going to buy as much inventory. They don't want to hold on to anything that won't sell, and we can't afford to keep dead inventory on our books. Now, this person writes and says this, and I quote, "Adam, I'm the buyer of a blank retailer, and the 2024 holiday shopping season will be much different from years past. Last year, we had ample inventory from the year before that we didn't need to buy too much. Also, there was leftover merchandise. People were manufacturing too much. And the year before that, people were buying everything we put on the shelves. 2024 will be much different. We aren't shipping as much new inventory from China. U.S. manufacturers aren't producing as much goods as years prior, and we see sales will likely decline for Q4 2023 from Q4 2023 numbers. As a result, we'll have a lot of rather bare shelves this holiday shopping season." Yeah, that's where we're at. Now, here's what I think is really interesting though. These reports have been coming out for the past month or so. Okay, maybe about 2 months, because here's what goes on. When we are planning for the holiday shopping season or the end of 2024, we don't plan in November or October. We're not even planning really in September. It's really August, July, June. That's where all these purchases are being made. All these contracts are being signed. Okay? So it's because of the stuff that's already been done, because of the purchases that we've already seen, we know that the 2024 holiday shopping season could potentially be the worst one in the past handful of years. So As we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of right now, that is what we know, and that's what we're hearing. The end of 2024 will devastate millions because consumers will not be buying products, which means businesses are going to lose money, which means as businesses lose money, employees will be laid off, and the economy will spiral downward. So I will leave you with that, but if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. So again, thank you guys for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.